There is a hidden reason why your soul was drawn to discover these 9 zodiac signs that Helena Blavatsky identified as healers of wounded souls. Millions of people around the world carry unexplainable pain, traumas that seem to have no origin in this life, and a constant feeling that they were sent here for something greater than they themselves understand. Today you will discover that this pain you feel, this difference you've always noticed in yourself, is not a defect or a curse. It is the clearest sign that your soul was chosen for a sacred healing mission. Helena Blavatsky, the founder of Theosophy and one of history's greatest mystics, spent decades studying the Akashic records and the world's most ancient esoteric traditions. In her secret writings, never published during her lifetime, she revealed something that would forever change our understanding of the zodiac. They weren't just 12 random signs scattered across the sky. 9 of them carried a special mark, a specific vibrational frequency that transformed them into true walking spiritual hospitals. These souls arrive in the world already marked by pain, not as punishment, but as preparation. They go through intense experiences from early on, develop a sensitivity that sometimes seems like a curse, and carry an emotional weight that others cannot understand. But Blavatsky discovered that this apparent fragility was actually the greatest power a soul could possess. If you've always felt different, if people call you too sensitive, if you absorb others' pain as if it were your own, if you have strange dreams or premonitions that always come true, your soul may be tuned to one of these 9 healing frequencies. These are not characteristics you developed by chance. They are spiritual tools that your soul brought from other dimensions. Blavatsky observed that these 9 special souls rarely recognize their own power. They question themselves, criticize themselves, believe they are weak or problematic. But the truth is that they are the only ones capable of transforming suffering into wisdom, pain into compassion, and wounds into portals of light. They don't just heal themselves. They heal entire generations, family lineages, and even collective wounds of humanity. What you're about to discover may explain why your life has never been simple, why you attract wounded people, why you feel responsible for others, and especially why your presence calms anguished hearts, even when you do nothing but be there. Prepare yourself, because every word you will hear now has been preserved in secret for more than a century, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Your soul recognized this moment. It knows that the time has come for you to understand who you really are and why you ended up here. Blavatsky began her list with a sign that surprises many people because of its apparent external hardness. She identified Capricorn as the first of the 9 cosmic healers, not for its traditional association with ambition and structure, but for something much deeper that she observed in the Akashic records. The chosen Capricorns arrive in the world carrying the ancestral wounds of their family lineages. From childhood, they feel an inexplicable weight on their shoulders, as if they were responsible for fixing something that was broken long before they were born. This early responsibility transforms them into emotional pillars for the entire family. Blavatsky discovered that these souls voluntarily accepted to carry family traumas in order to transform them. They become the strongest link in the chain, the one that doesn't break when all others shatter. That's why many Capricorns grow up being the adults of the family, even when they're still children. Have you ever noticed how Capricorns attract people in crisis, how they naturally become the counselors, the listeners, the problem solvers? This is no coincidence. Their energy emits a frequency of stability that calms lost souls. They are lighthouses in the midst of others' emotional storms. But this healing capacity comes with a price. Capricorn healers often forget to take care of themselves. They exhaust themselves supporting others and may develop a belief that their worth is tied to their usefulness. Blavatsky warned that this was the main trap these souls needed to overcome. Capricorn's healing power lies in their ability to transform chaos into order, despair into hope, and instability into security. They don't heal through sweet words or hugs. They heal through solid presence, practical advice, and mainly by being a living example that it's possible to overcome any adversity. If you're a Capricorn and you've always felt old for your age, if people naturally seek you out when they're lost, if you feel you carry weight that isn't yours, Blavatsky would say you're fulfilling exactly the purpose for which your soul came. Comment what city you're watching from, so we know how far this sacred knowledge is reaching and how many cosmic healers are awakening at the same time. But Capricorn is just the first of 9. The next sign that Blavatsky identified possesses an even more intense and disturbing gift. The second cosmic healer on Blavatsky's secret list is a sign that lives in constant emotional roller coaster, not from instability, but from a sensitivity that surpasses normal limits. Cancer was identified as the emotional mirror of the universe, reflecting and absorbing all unprocessed pain it encounters along the way. Blavatsky observed that Cancerian souls arrive in the world with their emotional center completely open. They don't have natural filters to protect themselves from others' emotions. That's why from childhood they cry for others' suffering, feel anguish they can't explain, and carry sadness that seems to have no origin. This apparent vulnerability is actually their greatest power. Cancer possesses the unique ability to feel exactly where another person's emotional wound is. They identify unprocessed traumas, buried resentments, and tears that were never shed. And their own pain functions as a key that opens people's hearts to healing. Have you ever seen how Cancerians make others feel at home? How people open up to them in a way that doesn't happen with anyone else? This happens because Cancer emits a cosmic maternal energy that awakens the wounded child within each person. They heal through emotional validation. When someone is suffering and finds a cancer, for the first time they feel they're not alone, that someone truly understands the magnitude of their pain. This deep validation is the first step for any true emotional healing. But Blavatsky warned that Cancerian healers run the risk of drowning in others' emotions. They need to learn to differentiate between their own wounds and the wounds they've absorbed from other people. Often the depression or anxiety they feel doesn't even belong to them. Cancer's gift lies in transforming tears into oceans of compassion. They don't just console. They create sacred spaces where it's safe to feel, where it's allowed to be vulnerable, where masks can fall without judgment. If you're a Cancerian and you've always been called a crybaby, if you feel pain you can't explain, if people always tell you their problems, Blavatsky would confirm that you're manifesting exactly the sacred purpose of your soul. Your sensitivity isn't weakness. It's a cosmic antenna tuned to the frequency of emotional healing. But there's a third sign, whose way of healing is so powerful, it can frighten those who don't understand its method. Blavatsky identified Aries as the third cosmic healer, and her discovery about this sign revolutionized everything that was known about spiritual healing until then. Aries doesn't heal through hugs or sweet words. They heal through awakening, shock, loving confrontation with truth. The chosen Aryan souls arrive in the world with a specific mission: to wake up people who are sleeping in lives that aren't truly theirs. They possess a natural ability to see when someone is living a lie, hiding behind masks, or sabotaging themselves out of fear. Blavatsky observed that these special Aries develop from early on a natural intolerance to falsehood. They can't pretend everything is okay when it's not. They can't accept superficial answers to deep problems. This radical honesty transforms them into catalysts of change. Have you ever noticed how an Aryan's presence awakens intense reactions in people? How they make others question their choices, their relationships, their lives? This is no casualty. Aries' energy functions as a mirror that reflects back to people everything they're avoiding facing. They heal through courage. When someone is stuck in toxic situations, destructive relationships, or self-sabotaging patterns, it's Aries' energy that awakens the necessary strength to break these chains. They don't just motivate, they ignite the divine spark that exists within each person. But this form of healing can be misunderstood. Aryan healers are often seen as aggressive, impatient, or insensitive. People don't understand that their apparent hardness is actually love in action. They prefer to wound with truth than comfort with lies. Blavatsky warned that the greatest challenge for these Aryans was learning to temper their strength with wisdom. Not every person is ready to awaken at the moment they think is ideal. Sometimes healing requires patience, not just courage. Aries' power lies in awakening people's inner warrior. They don't let anyone play victim in their presence. Their combative energy awakens dignity, self-love, and the strength that people forgot they possessed. If you're an Aryan, and you've always been called stressed, if you can't accept injustices, if your presence awakens dramatic changes in others' lives, Blavatsky would confirm that you're fulfilling a sacred mission of awakening. Your inner fire isn't destructive, it's purifying. But the fourth sign on the list possesses a healing gift that operates in a completely different dimension. Scorpio appears as the fourth cosmic healer in Blavatsky's vision, and their form of healing is perhaps the most intense and transformative of all. These souls arrive in the world equipped with emotional X-rays, capable of seeing directly into the darkness of the human heart and finding light where others only see shadows. Blavatsky discovered that Scorpio healers possess natural access to the mysteries of emotional death and rebirth. They intuitively understand that sometimes it's necessary for something to die completely so that something new can be born. That's why their presence often coincides with moments of deep crisis in people's lives. These special Scorpios don't fear the human shadow. They feel comfortable navigating emotional territories that others avoid: trauma, grief, betrayal, abandonment, addictions. They know that it's exactly in these dark places that the soul's greatest treasures are hidden. Have you ever noticed how people confess their deepest secrets to Scorpios? How they naturally become confidants of stories that were never told to anyone else? This happens because their energy emits a frequency of total acceptance, without judgment, without shock. They heal through emotional alchemy. They take raw pain and transform it into wisdom. They transform shame into self-acceptance. They transform anger into personal power. They don't offer quick solutions or easy answers. They offer company during the journey through one's own inner hell. But Blavatsky warned that Scorpio healers run the risk of getting lost in others' emotional depths. They may begin to believe that only intensity is real and despise life's lighter experiences. They may become addicted to drama and crisis. Scorpio's unique gift lies in their ability to be present during someone's worst moments without trying to change, correct, or improve the situation. They simply witness, validate, and remain. And this constant presence during darkness is what allows light to emerge naturally. They don't just accompany people through crises. They help them find the sacred meaning behind suffering. They transform victims into survivors, and survivors into warriors of light. If you're a Scorpio and you've always attracted people in difficult moments, if you see beyond the masks others wear, if your presence awakens deep transformations, even without you doing anything specific, Blavatsky would confirm that you're a cosmic alchemist disguised as an ordinary person. But there's a fifth sign whose form of healing touches a dimension that few can understand. Pisces emerges as the fifth cosmic healer on Blavatsky's list, and her discovery about this sign explained many phenomena that science still cannot understand. These souls arrive in the world with a natural connection to higher planes of existence, functioning as bridges between dimensions. Blavatsky observed that Piscean healers possess a unique form of perception that surpasses the five physical senses. They capture information through dreams, intuitions, visions, and mainly through an empathic capacity that reaches even past lives and probable futures. These special Pisces often report experiences that others consider fantasies: conversations with angels, visits from people who have already died, knowledge about things they never studied, ability to sense diseases before they manifest physically. For them, the border between physical reality and spiritual reality is practically non-existent. Have you ever met Pisceans who seem to know impossible things? Who give advice that sounds like messages from ancient wisdom? Who have prophetic dreams or premonitions that always come true? This happens because their consciousness operates simultaneously in multiple dimensions. They heal through channeling higher energies. It's not they personally who heal. They become channels for benevolent forces from other planes to work through them. Their hands, their words, their presence transform into instruments of divine healing. But Blavatsky warned about the dangers of this extreme sensitivity. Piscean healers may feel lost in the physical world, have difficulty maintaining routines, or develop harmful escape mechanisms to deal with the intensity of the energies they capture. Pisces' most precious gift lies in their ability to awaken faith in people. When someone is hopeless, lost, or disconnected from the sacred, it's Piscean energy that reignites the flame of spirituality. They make people remember that there's much more to life than what the eyes can see. They don't just heal through techniques. They heal through miracles. Small daily miracles that restore people's trust in a benevolent universe. If you're a Piscean, and you've always been called a dreamer, if you have experiences you can't explain rationally, if people feel inspired and full of hope after talking to you, Blavatsky would confirm that you're a cosmic channel disguised as an ordinary person. But the sixth sign on the list possesses a form of healing that happens through beauty and harmony. Libra emerges as the sixth cosmic healer in Blavatsky's vision, and her discovery about this sign revealed a form of healing that operates through aesthetics, balance, and the creation of harmonious environments. These souls arrive in the world with a specific mission: to heal through beauty and the restoration of balance. Blavatsky observed that Libran healers possess a natural sensitivity to detect where there's imbalance or disharmony, whether in relationships, environments, or even in energetic fields. They physically feel when something is out of place, and their natural tendency is to restore harmony. These special Librans heal through creating safe and beautiful spaces where people can relax their defenses and allow healing to happen naturally. They instinctively know that the soul heals more easily when it's in an environment that inspires peace and serenity. Have you ever noticed how a Libran's home always seems like a refuge? How they naturally create environments where people feel welcomed and accepted? How their presence calms conflicts and softens tensions? This happens because they emit a frequency of peace that balances the energies around them. They heal through mediation and facilitating understanding between people who are in conflict. Libran healers possess a unique ability to see all sides of a situation and find common ground where others only see irreconcilable differences. But Blavatsky warned that Libran healers can get lost trying to please everyone and maintain peace at any cost. They may sacrifice their own needs to avoid conflicts or become addicted to external approval. Libra's special gift lies in their ability to show people that it's possible to disagree without destroying each other, that relationships can be transformed through respectful dialogue, and that true harmony is born from accepting differences, not from eliminating them. They don't just resolve conflicts, they teach people a new way of relating based on mutual respect, active listening, and the search for solutions that benefit everyone involved. If you're a Libran and you've always been the family mediator, if people seek you out when they need relationship advice, if you have the ability to see beauty where others only see problems, Blavatsky would confirm that you're a cosmic diplomat working for world peace. But the seventh sign possesses a form of healing that transforms suffering into wisdom through unique methods. Virgo appears as the seventh cosmic healer on Blavatsky's list, and their form of healing is perhaps the most practical and efficient of all. These souls arrive in the world equipped with a natural capacity to identify exactly what's broken and develop precise methods to fix it. Blavatsky discovered that Virgoan healers possess a rare combination of spiritual intuition with practical skills. They don't just feel where the problem is, they know exactly what steps must be taken to solve it. Their analytical mind works in service of their compassionate heart. These special Virgos heal through creating systems, routines, and methods that allow healing to happen gradually and sustainably. They understand that true transformation requires discipline, consistency, and attention to detail. Have you ever noticed how Virgos can see solutions that go unnoticed by others? How they naturally organize chaos and create order where there was confusion before? How their practical suggestions actually work when put into practice? This happens because they combine spiritual vision with earthly intelligence. They heal through dedicated service and careful attention to each person's specific needs. Virgoan healers don't offer generic solutions. They study each case individually and develop personalized approaches that respect each soul's unique limitations and potentials. But Blavatsky warned that Virgoan healers can become obsessive perfectionists, criticizing themselves and others when results don't meet their high expectations. They may exhaust themselves trying to carry responsibilities that belong to other people. Virgo's greatest gift lies in their ability to transform intentions into concrete actions. When someone wants to change but doesn't know how to start, it's Virgoan energy that offers the first practical step, then the second, then the third, until transformation becomes inevitable. They don't just inspire changes, they make changes possible through careful planning, practical support, and constant follow-up. And if you're wondering how to identify if you possess this healing energy, observe your relationship with service to others. Leave in the comments an experience of when you helped someone in a practical way and saw real results. But there's an eighth sign whose form of healing expands the mind and awakens possibilities that previously seemed impossible. Sagittarius emerges as the eighth cosmic healer in Blavatsky's revelation, and her discovery about this sign explained why certain people possess the unique ability to heal through expanding consciousness and awakening new possibilities. These souls arrive in the world with a panoramic vision of existence. Blavatsky observed that Sagittarian healers possess a natural ability to see beyond the limitations that imprison other people. They see potential where others see impossibilities. They see adventures where others see problems. They see freedom where others see prisons. These special Sagittarians heal through inspiration and awakening dreams that were dormant. When someone is trapped in a small life, limited by fears or restrictive beliefs, it's Sagittarian energy that awakens the courage to dream bigger and seek broader horizons. Have you ever met Sagittarians who make you feel that everything is possible, who infect you with their enthusiasm and make you question why you're limiting yourself? Who tell stories of distant places or extraordinary experiences that expand your perception of what life can offer? This happens because they carry the frequency of infinitude. They heal through education and sharing knowledge that liberates imprisoned minds. Sagittarian healers often become teachers, writers, travelers, or simply storytellers who plant seeds of possibilities in people's imagination. But Blavatsky warned that Sagittarian healers can become excessive preachers, trying to convert everyone to their beliefs, or they may develop an eternal seeker syndrome, never going deep into anything because they're always chasing the next experience. Sagittarius's most valuable gift lies in their ability to show people that there are 1,000 different ways to live a life, and that there's nothing wrong with choosing an unconventional path. They awaken the inner adventurer that exists within each soul. They don't just motivate people to leave their comfort zone, they offer practical maps to unexplored territories, whether through knowledge, connections, or simply through the personal example of a life lived without borders. If you're a Sagittarian, and you've always been called restless, if you feel a constant need to learn new things, if your presence awakens in people the desire to travel, study, or explore new paths, Blavatsky would confirm that you're a cosmic liberator disguised as an adventurer. And now we come to the ninth and final cosmic healer, the one Blavatsky considered the most powerful of all. Leo emerges as the ninth and final cosmic healer in Blavatsky's sacred vision, and her discovery about this sign revealed the most powerful form of healing that exists, awakening dignity and self-love in people. These souls arrive in the world carrying the frequency of spiritual royalty, destined to remind others of their own inner majesty. Blavatsky observed that Leonine healers possess a unique ability to see the greatness that exists within each person, even when that greatness is buried under layers of shame, fear, or low self-esteem. They see kings and queens, where others see only ordinary people. These special Leos heal through awakening self-confidence and self-love. When someone is feeling small, invisible, or worthless, it's Leonine energy that lights again the flame of personal dignity. They make people remember that they are children of the universe, deserving of love and respect. Have you ever noticed how Leos have the gift of making others feel special? How they naturally see and celebrate each person's unique qualities, how their presence awakens in people the desire to shine and express themselves authentically. This happens because they radiate the frequency of divine recognition. They heal through encouragement and celebration. Leonine healers know that many soul wounds are caused by lack of recognition, by the feeling of invisibility, by the belief that they're not important. They heal this by offering exactly the opposite: genuine attention, sincere recognition, and enthusiastic celebration. Blavatsky revealed that Leo is the supreme healer because their form of healing attacks the root of all other problems, the person's disconnection from their own inner divinity. When someone remembers they are sacred, all other forms of healing become more effective. Leo's most precious gift lies in their ability to awaken leaders where before there were followers. They don't just make people feel better, they make people become more powerful and authentic versions of themselves. If you're a Leo and you've always been the one who cheers others up, if you have the ability to see talents that people don't even know they possess, if your presence makes others feel brave to be who they really are, Blavatsky would confirm that you carry the most sacred frequency of all, the ability to awaken sleeping gods. Now you know the 9 signs that Helena Blavatsky identified as cosmic healers: Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, Scorpio, Pisces, Libra, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Leo. But remember, it doesn't matter what your sun sign is. These archetypes live within all of us, waiting to be awakened. If this message touched your soul, leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share in the comments which of these 9 healers most resonates with your essence. You may discover that you carry more than one of these sacred frequencies. Your journey of awakening as a cosmic healer began the moment you chose to watch this video to the end.